want to explain how I achieved the sound for this track, which was originally the whole inspiration behind this song. Actually, the idea of the song came from the actual beat. I was watching this video by Gregg Bissonette recently, and he starts talking about how you can achieve a sort of a drum and bass sort of sound out of your snare if you flip it upside down. Obviously, when it's upside down, if you hit it too hard, you're gonna go right through the head. But if you hit it softly enough, you can get a really dry sort of like electronic, drum sound out of it. I also have this little 10-inch Gregg snare that I got recently. So I tried it with this. The pitch goes even higher since the drum's so small. And anyway, the snare drum sound on that track, I achieved it this way. Also, I was watching a video, I was reading a magazine article by, it was an interview with Questlove from The Roots. And he's saying how in the studio once, he covered the entire kit with sheets and played over that. So I took a similar approach, and I covered my bass drums with sheets. There's all kinds of like pillows in there to completely muffle it out. My cowbell and my block, I also covered those. And I stuck a sheet, a little like cloth sheet in between my hi-hat to give it a really, super dry sound. So combining the bass drum, the dry bass drum, with my upside down snare, my hi-hat, and my covered, cowbell and block, and then compressing the sound in the recording quite a bit, I was able to achieve that almost like drum and bass sound, but this fully from an acoustic kit. It's not electronic at all. Also, I tried a different approach with sticks. I used these lightning rods from ProMark, and Steve Smith Tala ones, which offer a great sound too. And as you see in a different part of the video, for the cymbal sounds, I used these cymbal mallets. One thing I wanted to point out is that I recorded the entire drum track with only 2 microphones. I have an SM57 here that's picking up the snare and the hi-hat, sort of like offset. It's not directly on the drum. And in the front, I have another SM57 stuck there for the bass drum, which is probably not the best mic for the bass drum, but it did a great job. I overdubbed the cymbals individually because playing that beat with only 2 microphones, I really wanted the cymbals to go into this mic that I usually use for vocals. I just wanted that direct full sound that I got from the cymbals by themselves, instead of just mixing it up with the entire kit. I wanted to use the mallets instead of the regular drumsticks, and playing that beat and switching over to the mallets at the same time would have probably not been possible. That actually sounded pretty good. Stop! Alright, so now that I have the basic foundation down of drums and guitars, I'm gonna start overdubbing. I'm gonna start off with a sort of nasal sound out of this Jimi Hendrix pedal here. Let's see. I could do it with the Vox Wah. For some reason I kinda like how this one sounds. So I'm gonna try that, see how that works. Alright, let's see. Oh, like that. Let's try that. So behind me, see, I am working on the video, and it just so turns out that I can't get it to be less than 10 minutes long, so it's gonna be 2 parts. So this is part 1. Make sure you watch part 2. Okay.